Generation 5. We finally got some more news here on Generation 5 of My Little Pony. And it comes in the form of a whole minute clip of Chapter 4. It also comes in the form of description of what Chapter 4 is supposed to be like and what the series is going to go, and stuff like that. And it also comes with an accidental upload from someone who put in the wrong audio and gave us very heavy spoilers for what's going to happen in Generation 4, at least seemingly so. It was uploaded in Spanish, but we'll get into that in a minute. So right here is just a screen grab from the trailer itself. This is the thumbnail that they used for that trailer and everything like that. It looks good, and I've seen some other people say that they improved the animation and everything like that, but we honestly can't really say for sure if that is the case, because again, this could just be from a special, and their specials usually do have a way better animation and all that other stuff. But this is being reported on by Equestria Daily over here, and they have stated here that Netflix has released a 1-minute clip from Chapter 4 of My Little Pony, Make Your Mark, which will be released on June 6th. So we do finally have a confirmed date of June 6th, and we can double confirm that by going to Netflix, and it straight up says right here, Chapter 4 coming June 6th. It also says this person, Never Have I Ever, is going to voice a spirited Pegasus in this series, spawn on the colorful... I don't know, it's weird. I don't know exactly what this means, but whatever. Now, it also says that on Netflix, if you go to actual Netflix and look it up and stuff like that, Chapter 4 has the following description, which states that the evil Opaline is on a mission to steal the pony's cutie marks and become the most powerful alicorn, unless the main 5 can stop her in time. This is interesting because the Opaline hasn't really shown any interest in stealing cutie marks up to this point. So it's weird that suddenly this is her new mission now, whereas previously she wanted Dragon Fire, she wanted the magic that was in the lantern and everything like that. She wanted so many different things, but never did she seem interested in cutie marks, other than like Misty's cutie mark, because she presumably stole it or done something to it because she can give it to her somehow. So yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense that she would have some level of power over cutie marks if she is promising to give Misty her own. But this is also interesting because this is what Starlight did way back in Generation 4, is steal Pony's cutie marks and stuff like that. Something also similar, T-Rex came in and stole magic, and it didn't really affect their cutie marks or anything like that, but there's a lot of villains that just straight up want to steal magic, which I've always thought was weird with My Little Pony. But moving on, we also have this clip right here, which I will go ahead and show here, but we're gonna turn this down drastically and probably do something wacky with it in the editing and stuff like that, so I don't get demonetized or anything like that. But as you'll see here, it's just straight up a minute from like some random episode or some random special or something like that. I will say the animation doesn't really look that much better than what we've seen so far in the series. I'm not really sure where people are getting at when it comes to that. Maybe it's just because this specific 1-minute clip looks pretty because they're in this magical forest and all this stuff is happening. But yeah, I mean, it's just straight up a minute of the clip. One thing I do want to note is that these like weird blue orb things that are everywhere, they kind of look a little bit like Parasprites. Maybe it's like a new version of them or something like that. Maybe they've evolved to a certain point and now they're a little bit tinier and they look different or something. They also could just straight up be fireflies or something. So I wouldn't be totally surprised if the episode has something to do with those specific little critters, even if they are not Parasprites. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot here. It's over. She starts singing, and these things, which again, this is also interesting too, they go and they surround her. Parasprites also responded heavily to magic as well. So again, is this meant to be Parasprites? Is that what's going on here? Are they coming back for another episode for Generation 5 rather than Generation 4? Very interested to see what they're going to do with that. But again, that's the end of the clip. She says that, she harmonizes a little bit, they circle her, and then it's over, and like nothing really spectacular happens other than like everything glows and stuff like that. So I can't really deduce anything from this. But yeah, I mean, that's the full clip. There's not really a whole lot to say about that. But there is also a Spanish version that was accidentally uploaded with a completely different audio track. It was the wrong audio track. Now, people, obviously, this person in particular has translated it on the MLP Gen 5 Discord server or whatever like that. So they translated the audio that was uploaded in the Spanish version because it was spoken in Spanish. And, well, they definitely put the wrong audio in it. Now, I'm not going to show you the clip from that because I can't find it. It's probably already been taken down and everything anyway. But again, it's heavy spoilers because it does reveal a little bit more of like what's going to happen in Generation 5 here, rather than just a single minute clip. Which also, I'll get back to the minute clip here in a minute, but let's go ahead and look at these spoilers first. So it starts with Hitch saying, "I'll never let you go again." And then he also says, or someone or something else says, "All right, here we go. All right, you got this." And then Misty is screaming, "Help, help." And Opaline is saying, "Misty, what did you do now?" And Misty is like, they defeated me, Opaline. They tricked me and tied me up. And Opaline's like, "Where's the rest?" So, whoa! And then I guess Sunny appears or something like that. Presumably that's what happens, because again, this is all just audio that's been translated. Sunny is saying, "So you're the evil Alicorn." And Opaline responds with, "Is that what they're calling me now? They tell me evil fire Alicorn, Opaline, Arcana." Most likely saying something like, "Call me this" instead, or something like that. Probably just slightly translated wrong or something. But then it also says that some pony from the main 5 responds with, "Oh no, this is terrible." Probably just a totally different clip entirely. Sunny also mentions, "Twilight warned us about you. You tried to steal magic many moons ago." And Opaline responds with, "And now that I have the power of the dragon, I'll do it again right now." Wahahaha! And then there's some kind of fight scene. Because again, this is audio, so we don't exactly know what the fight scene looks like, but we can tell that there is some kind of fight scene here because the audio suggests that, right? And then Sunny says something to Opaline, "You failed." And then Izzy is screaming, "Sunny!" And Opaline is talking to Sunny saying, "Look at me! Look at me!" I don't know. That just reminded me of Batman v Superman for some reason. But there you have it, like straight up, like this. Like I said, there's heavy spoilers here, so we could definitely see like in Chapter 4, presumably in Chapter 4, because again, this is the wrong audio, so this could be for Chapter 5 even. So we don't know because this was uploaded by accident with the wrong audio. So this could even be Chapter 5 or at the end of Chapter 4 or something. We technically don't know because, again, it was just audio. But it does seem like in this next chapter, June 6th, that's coming out, we will finally get a resolve to Misty's character and perhaps Opaline's character as well, which is interesting too because the question remains, does Opaline escape to fight another day? Do they fully successfully stop her, turn her to stone, or kill her, or something like that, right? What ends up happening to her is what I'm very curious of. But also, if they do fully stop her, where do they go from here, right? What's the next villain? Where do they go from here? Maybe they'll do something with Discord or something like that. Maybe. I doubt it. I mean, again, Discord's not really a villain. They did do a thing in the comics with him and stuff where he's not necessarily a villain, but he's kind of trying to stop them from doing stuff with magic and everything. But like there's not really a whole lot of other places they could go when it comes to like returning characters after Opaline. So where do you think they'll go from here? That's really what I want to ask you guys in the comments. Once they defeat Opaline, is that just the end of Generation 5, or is that just the end of one section of the series and they're going to fight other villains after this or something? It's really hard to say. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about that in the comments below. But going back to the 1 minute clip that we have here, I find it very odd that the 1 minute clip, like the official one, is just straight up a minute from one random episode out of the series. I find it weird because typically whenever, these series come back for another season or something like that, they try to hype it up by showing various clips from the next season and stuff like that, right? And they splice them together to make this interesting thing. And sometimes you'll get like a sneak peek or something like that. So maybe we'll still get like some kind of full proper trailer in the future. But I do find it interesting that this is just basically a sneak peek. And it makes me wonder if this is because Chapter 4 is just very short, or if it's just because they're really just, it's that bad. Is Chapter 4 so bad they can't do proper clips without either spoiling too much stuff or without it just being like, wow, this kind of sucks? Or is it just this was all they had finished and ready to send off for a teaser, for a trailer for the next chapter? Or what's going on with that? I'm very curious what you guys think of that as well. But I do find it very odd that they just straight up just took a sneak peek basically and sent us that instead of giving us a proper trailer. Super weird. But yeah, there you have it. That's all we have right now. Again, coming on June 6th, so mark your calendars. It is almost here. That's not too far away. This was the very close, if not the rumored date we had a while back. But yeah, there you go. I don't really have anything else to say. If you guys have any questions, comments, or anything like that, please do leave them down below because I'd very much appreciate that. But for now, consider liking the video, sharing the video to bring this news around, or whatever else, right? Like, subscribe, share, do all those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful for yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.